So, the Dragon Prince is bad, right? Like, we all see it, we all know. What is it with shows that have 7 seasons losing me at like season 4? I loved the Dragon Prince from day one. The plot was good, the characters were fun, and the choppy animation made for more expressive faces. Unlike now. This show was created by the same people that made Avatar: The Last Airbender, so I had pretty high hopes. And they met those hopes in the first season without a doubt. 1 through 3 was good, half of 4 was good, the end of 5 was good, and like 2 episodes in season 6 were okay. I also hated the way they did the Earthblood elves. I was so excited for them that I even made another fun OC, and then when we got them, they kind of sucked. OC reveal at the end. I have no clue what made this show take such a weird turn, so I really have no one to blame. So I'm just gonna blame this butterfly thing. So let's go through it for those of you who haven't watched it or those of you who aren't caught up. The show follows these princes who find out that the Dragon Prince is still alive. So Callum, Ezran, and Rayla the elf set off to Xadia to return the egg to the queen. A good storyline. So the big bad in the first 3 seasons is Viren. He uses dark magic and so does his daughter. He also had a son, Soren, who I love. He is my husband. He's like a knight. Rayla is a Moonshadow elf, so she's an assassin, but she can't kill anyone. So she's blacklisted from her clan, and one of her dads gets captured and trapped in this coin. He's fine now, don't worry, it's not important. So the story for the rest of the show is supposed to be the mystery of Erebos, but it's not really a mystery, is it? Because you told us the mystery. They immediately told us that Erebos is a powerful wizard that was trapped for doing evil stuff and fighting against the dragons, and now he's being trapped in this mirror thing and has to get this pearl from the bottom of this pond, and he's using Viren and Callum for a minute to break out of his prison. Okay, so what is the point of this? They also tried to redeem Erebos by being like, but his daughter died because she was different. Man, I low-key don't care. I mean, it's sad that he cried a whole pond because he missed her, but he's a war criminal. He's not the only person missing people, okay? Also, Callum and Rayla hate each other now, which valid, I feel that. Ezran is getting with this girl, which is a choice. I guess she's the only other character his age, but I just don't think that they would like each other. I thought he was gonna get with an elf and be like the future. Katalis is destroyed. Soren's acting like a badass. My love. This guy's creepy. Don't like him. What else? Oh, Claudia is going crazy. She's having a mental breakdown. So is Soren. Claudia's boyfriend is annoying and is probably gonna die. Sorry to anyone who likes him. I mean, he's So she lets Erebos manipulate her, and now he's out, wandering around like a boss. Okay. This was something that bothered me, so we're going to go into the nitty-gritty of what's going on with dark magic as a whole and how it's going to affect our main mage. Callum should get possessed. Callum should have a Claudia moment. He is cracking, and I want to see him shatter. So the idea is that dark magic infects its users because in order to use dark magic, you have to take magic from other things, like an addiction. And I would add that if you don't do enough dark magic, it slowly eats away at you like a parasite. So the reason Erebos is able to control Viren so easily is because his mental health is deteriorating from using dark magic. Viren loses the mind battle, falling for Erebos' charm, but breaks away kinda, I guess. So the next contender is Claudia. She does dark magic on the regular, and it never shows her straining herself to do so. But when her father starts dying, her psyche is destroyed. So she's prime and ready for Erebos to get his grubby little hands into the mix. Then there's Callum. Callum is trying really hard to be the best mage without using dark magic. Only he has used dark magic. The reason why Callum is a better target than Claudia is because he doesn't know what he's doing. Sure, he knows some dark magic, but he can't control it. He can't handle it. Claudia is good at dark magic. She is fully corrupt and knows how to push through. She chooses to use dark magic. Callum was forced to. The first time Callum used dark magic was to save Rayla and the red dragon from being killed, and it destroyed him. He barely made it out because he's not mentally strong enough to handle that kind of emotion. He's just a kid, but he's naturally really good at it. So since he's naturally gifted and didn't have to practice and train like I'm assuming Claudia had to, at least I think she did, she talks about how it's hard to do without someone showing you, so I'm guessing her and Viren worked together on it. Some father-daughter bonding over a pile of dead butterflies. When he uses dark magic again, he does it to save his life and others. And sure, Callum's a good person and he never uses dark magic to be overpowered or anything, but it's too late. He used dark magic once. He was good at it. And now he'll never be able to escape it, which is why he should be taken over by Erebos. It would be even cooler if we didn't know Erebos' whole life story, but here we are. Ezran has so much potential, and I really don't want him to end up with what's-her-face. No hate to her, she's cool AF, but I don't want them to be reduced to they have to be together because they're the same age. Having to run a kingdom after your father is murdered by one of your best friend's dads? My word. Hey, remember when we thought King Harrow was the bird? Wouldn't that be awesome if they just pulled that out of their ass in the last season? I really want that to happen. Anyway, now for everyone's favorite part, when I go through and fix it. Yay! Everything from season 1 to 3 is fine. Keep it. The next part though. I know they did those comics to explain the time skip, but I never read them. And I shouldn't have to do homework in order to understand your show. I know they didn't know if they were going to get renewed, okay? I'm actually okay with the time skip because I like their new looks. Except for Rayla. I mean, it just looks a little weird. This is about to be super in-depth, and I'm sorry. I didn't know how else to explain it. Just play it in the background while you're drawing or something. So it starts with Callum finding the mirror and not really paying attention to it. Mama Dragon would come as a peace thing and give Callum, Soren, and Ezran gifts. Callum has some of the same draconic markings as the mirror. So he takes it back and investigates, but gets interrupted by Rayla showing up and is like, look, I don't know what's happening in Zadia, but there's like signs of dark magic happening and stuff is dying, so I need your help because my clan still doesn't accept me. Callum's like, fine, but we have to leave in the morning because Ezran's done a lot today and we need to pack and crap. So she stays at the castle and Callum doesn't want to run into her again, so he locks himself in his office with the mirror. After hours of being sleep deprived and trying to decipher the mirror, he sees a light shining inside it. So he walks up, and an elf hand places itself against the glass. So he raises his own hand to meet it, and when he looks at his reflection again, he's all dark magic-y. Woo! Claudia brings Viren back, along with that damn butterfly guy. God, he sucks. How dare he ruin my show. We do not see Erebos' story. For all we know, right now, he's just trying to get out of prison to help Viren. That's all we know. But he's starting to leave Viren because he's too much work and he's found a new pupil, Callum. Now you might be wondering, if Callum doesn't know about Erebos, what is the rest of the season about? Well, dark magic is now a main villain. You have to take magic from other sources in order to do dark magic. With Claudia being in Zadia, stuff's dying left and right. Her boyfriend, I guess he can stay, is like, look, I know you're going through a lot, and we only have so much time to bring your dad back, but you're killing my homeland and yourself. She's all like, no, I'm fine. We'll find Erebos and he'll fix my father and me. He's like, sure, whatever, love you. The rest of the season ensues, only it's the gang following Claudia through Zadia. Possession time! So I don't exactly remember when in the show this happens, so this timeline might get a bit fuzzy, sorry about that. They go to the library to figure out what could be killing Zadia at such a fast pace. That episode plays out, but the gang find, I don't know, a history book that mentions the mirror and stuff. So Callum's like, I have that mirror, I'll bring it here so that you, the dragon, can translate it, and we can see if this is what Claudia is looking for. They get the mirror to the cave. Here's the possession. The scene would go as normal, except since Claudia has already cracked the cocoon, it would be her trying to make her way through the library as well as get a book on the mirror. In my version, the mirror is super important. So Callum's going through dogging on people when Erebos is like, and no one comment on my voice. I can't sound like him. And the mage, who will be oh so helpful when the dark mage's daughter finally breaks. Soren knows exactly what he's talking about and grabs Callum, kind of in an RWBY Jean and Oscar situation. God, I hate that his name is Oscar. That just clicked for me. How much I hate that name. Sorry if your name is Oscar, but you should change it. Soren's like, "What are you doing to my sister?" Callum/Erebos. Nothing she wasn't already doing to herself. Soren goes to punch Callum, but Ezran steps in and he's like, "Look, man, that's my brother. If you want to get revenge on this guy," well, I guess not revenge, because Ezran's not about that. "If you want to stop this guy, we can't fall for his tricks." Keravos laughs. He's like, "You're dumb." But imagine it in a much more sophisticated way. Ezran's like, "You can't hurt my brother because you're trapped in the mirror. You're not really here." And Keravos is like, "I'm not, but my poppet is." You guys know what a poppet is? It's like a witch doll used for casting spells on people and like possession. So you get it. It's like he's possessed, so he's like a poppet. Anyway, Erebos makes Callum take Soren's sword, and when Soren tries to fight back, he makes Callum use dark magic to stop the gang. He goes up to the mirror and he stabs it. Whoa! Moving on, Callum's back to normal. They go to the dragon that talks shit about the dead dad dragon, King Avazandius or something. What is his name? I don't know. I'm not gonna look it up. And Soren's kind of wary of Callum, while Rayla and Ezran are in full mom mode trying to make sure he's okay. So instead of telling Rayla to kill him, he goes to Soren, because he's like a knight, remember? And he's like, "If Erebos possesses me again, I want you to kill me, no matter what." And that's an order. I think this would be more impactful than him telling Rayla, because this way he's trying to protect Rayla and Ezran and doesn't want them to worry. You know, cheesy stuff. Season 5/6, I guess. I have no clue where I am. God, the timeline is so fucked up now. I'm sorry. So they do the whole chasing Claudia, go to the sea place, but this time they want to go to the center of the lake because that is where the sword of something that can only kill Startouch elves, a clue to it, is down there. And Claudia needs it to shatter the mirror dimension to get Erebos out. This is a lot of lore. A lot has happened off screen, so you can just fill in the plot holes yourself. Remember, we don't know anything about Erebos, just that he promises to help Viren and Claudia. They do the underwater fight. In my version, Viren dies for realsies, and Ezran chops off Claudia's leg because she tries to attack Callum while Callum's getting the clue thing. I guess it can stay a pearl. In my world, Ezran goes a little bonkers. I just wrote a note here that says, "I guess he can stay because I want more Callum using dark magic." I don't know who he is, but I guess I just want more Callum using dark magic. They get the pearl. Next season starts with Claudia's whole situation, but instead of her being all, "Everyone leaves," she's like, "Just go, and I'll prove to you what I can do." She leaves Terry behind. Let's see. Callum is super messed up about the whole possession thing, and he's now hearing voices. He keeps on having dreams about joining Erebos and like being really powerful and great, but they turn into nightmares when he thinks about any of his family or friends. He hasn't slept in days and is trying really hard not to use as much magic. The side thing with the mama dragon was weird, so I'm just not gonna touch it. Except I am. Ezran, Callum, and Rayla go to the spire, which contains the star sword. The lightsaber, if you will. They get there, the wing people are there, they kind of do the same thing, except they take the real pearl and unlock this stuff, fantasy world words. As they're doing this, and Callum's like in the sky flying, he is approached by a Startouch elf. And this was not my OC. Surprisingly, I did not go for the all-powerful race of elves for some reason. Oh yeah, by the way, in my world, star elves are like gods. There are very few of them, and they are super powerful. This guy rolls up, he's like, "You are touched by darkness and will suffocate in the eternal abyss that is your own wrongdoing." Callum's like, "Bro, help me fix it." The elf's like, "Your soul will be meaningless, just the corrupt idea of once was and the rebirth of what will never be? Callum's freaking out. He's like, I want to change. I'm willing to change. Please help me. I need to get the lightsaber. And the elf's like, oh shit, Erebos is out? Let me help you. And they work together. Star Elf is able to help Rayla get her dad because they are Star Elf. Don't think about it too much. Season 7. I think this should be when Erebos gets out. Claudia and the gang plus Star Elf meet up at, I guess, the river Erebos cried. And it's like, you need Stardust to gain the sword and shatter the barrier of realms. So Claudia takes Star Elf and is like, I'll cremate him into Stardust. Callum knows this isn't the answer. And with no other way to stop her, he uses dark magic. Him and Star fall into the lake. They sink into the darkness. No sound. No thoughts. Just the black nothing stretching on. Star feels the cold darkness surrounding them, the idea of something more flooding their mind, and suddenly, they're gone. Callum finally reaches the bottom and is pulled through to the other side, slipping between worlds. Callum begins to panic, thinking of what Star warned, when he sees a small flicker of light in the distance. He slowly stands and stumbles his way over to it. It's Star, holding the light. It's Star, holding the lightsaber, ready for Callum to take it. Callum grabs the weapon, feeling the weight of the stars falling on his shoulder as he's burdened with the knowledge once known by Star and Star alone. Star lowers their arms, staring blankly at Callum. They are peaceful for a moment, savoring the idea of victory, when suddenly, a cruel laugh echoes in Callum's mind. He can't breathe. He's felt this before. He's possessed. Without Soren there to kill him on sight, Callum raises the lightsaber and stabs Star. Star falls to the ground and black blood begins to cover the floor as it cracks beneath them, letting both Erebos and Callum free. Callum is possessed, some filler stuff happens, Erebos takes Callum to like the Star Touch Elf Palace and is like talking about his plan. Claudia is destroyed that Erebos won't help her. They have a big showdown and have to unpossess Callum with the help of Ezran and I guess Rayla. They kill Erebos or trap him or whatever you want to do it as a kid's show. Maybe do an avatar and like take away all of his powers. Boom! End of Dragon Prince. That's how I would do it with the original baseline. If they retroactively do all of this in season 7, I'm gonna be so pissed. Because then I look like the idiot. Anyway, I know y'all are dying to see my OC, so here he is. Again, I'm sure he had a name, but I do not know it. I think it was Fea, if I'm not mistaken. He is an Earthblood elf, as you can clearly see by all the green. In my version, Earthblood elves looked like they were from Epic, apparently. Fea created one of the strongest armies in Xadia and made it basically impossible to cross his forest without his say. And before you're wondering, yes, I shipped them with a main character. You can guess who in the comments. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my ramblings, and even with all of the crap that I talk and how I say that I can fix everything about every single show, I am genuinely excited to see season 7. I want to see how they wrap this up, and I want to see how our heroes will continue their adventures in Xadia. Maybe they'll knock my socks off, who knows? If you have any shows or movie suggestions, leave them in the comments. Bye!